Good evening, beloved to Christ. Christ is risen. What is faith? As a faith leader, it makes sense that I should have a good working definition of faith. But if I'm going to be honest, from time to time, the meaning of the word escapes me. I know a lot of Christians identify the word that's usually translated as faith. They understand it as belief, as intellectually assenting to something, changing the way that you think to comport your mindset with a scriptural mindset. Sometimes Orthodox people will even borrow the same approach, but they'll dress it up with Orthodox-sounding language. They'll talk about acquiring the mind of the fathers, or if they want to use a big word, they might say getting an Orthodox phronema, which is a fancy word of saying much the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that there is maybe not a mind of the fathers that could be discernible at some point, or what I would like to call a consensus amongst many church leaders who have earned their place in history as being authoritative sources. But I certainly want to push back against the idea that faith is just belief, is just propositional. It's more than that. A better translation from that Greek word pistevo, some people might pronounce it pistuo, is more along the lines of trust. And of course, we can think of those instances when we've had to trust God. Those times we've taken a leap of faith. We've decided to leave home, go to college, and earn that degree. When you take that new job, despite the fact that you're comfortable at your old job, when you marry someone, or perhaps you witness the end of a relationship and you're wondering, is this the right move forward? Is this the right plan? Am I proceeding in faith? But you just trust that God is in it and you move. So I've seen this quote from C.S. Lewis that I think really gets to the heart of this in a beautiful way. This is from his magnum opus, or at least his most popular book, Mere Christianity. He says this: "Now faith is the art of holding on to things your reason has once accepted, in spite of your changing moods. For moods will change, and whatever view your reason takes, I know that by experience. Faith is the art of holding on to things in spite of your changing moods." So at some point, rationally, something might make sense to you. You can sign off on it, say, sure, that goes along with it. And you might feel and have a real sense that this is the right thing to do. But faith is clinging to that even when the luster wears off, even when the newness fades and when you're not sure what God might have in store for you, or you might even feel like you messed up. Faith is persevering. There's a great need for faith in these days because most of life feels strange and uncomfortable. We're stressed out. We're at each other's throats. We're moody. And what we need is to remember those beautiful things that unite us, that bring us together, and those things which are permanent, those things which are bigger than us. And so I am going to try to be a little less moody. I am going to try to cling to that which doesn't change, and to remind myself that I'm grounded in something bigger than me, bigger than this coronavirus, bigger than lockdowns, bigger than political divisions, and bigger than those things which separate us and weaken us. And so we give thanks to the God who is all of those things, to him who trampled down death by death. Christ is risen.